What's up, everybody? I wanted to do a quick review of Goosebumps SlappyWorld Escape from Shudder Mansion. This is book number 5 in the series. So I believe this is the third or fourth SlappyWorld book that I've read so far, and I honestly have not enjoyed SlappyWorld all that much as a Goosebumps series. And this one kind of continues that trend, unfortunately, but I just finished this the other night, so I thought I would do a quick review of it. I would say out of all of them, though, this one is actually probably my favorite so far. I think this one has the best idea and concept. So essentially, this one is about our main character, Riley, who is obsessed with this video game called Escape from Shudder Mansion. And it is based on a real-life haunted house in his neighborhood. It's only like a few blocks away from where he lives. And he loves playing this video game. That's pretty much all that he does. But he's terrified of the haunted house in real life. He thinks that all this stuff, I guess, in the video game is the way the haunted house actually is, you know, with monsters in it. And there's a lot of, like, legends and rumors going around about this house that evil spirits are trapped inside, which is kind of interesting. Evil spirits are something that usually isn't given that name in these kinds of books. Usually it's just ghosts or monsters or something of that nature. So I suppose that's slightly more edgy or mature, I guess you could say, that R.L. Stine is using the term evil spirits instead. I believe he has used it before, but off the top of my head, I can't think of which Goosebumps book might have been in. So, yeah, anyway, he's obsessed with playing this video game, and this new girl moves into town, and she's just kind of strange and mysterious, and Riley finds that there's something suspicious about her, but he's also kind of attracted to her. He admits he has a little bit of a crush on her. And this girl becomes friends with his sister, and there's just kind of this mystery aspect surrounding the new girl, which is a very overused trope in Goosebumps and Fear Street and pretty much every R.L. Stine book. There's always like the new kid on the block that's very strange and unusual. There's something mysterious about him, or her in this case. So yeah, there's kind of that going on, and there's also just this introduction of Riley's friends and his life at school and just other things going on in the first half of the book. But there's really nothing substantial that happens within the first half of the book. A lot of it is just very slow and almost meandering. And yeah, I don't know. There just wasn't really a lot going on, and I was kind of wondering where this book was going. And then once we hit about the halfway mark, during class, their teacher assigns them to go on some kind of adventure. They get to decide what they want it to be, and then they have to write a report on it. But the teacher suggests for Riley and a group of his fellow classmates to go to Shudder Mansion, since they like playing the video game so much. And of course, Riley is a scaredy cat in real life. He doesn't really want to do this. He just likes playing the game. But he kind of has to, because he doesn't want to look like a wimp in front of everybody, right? So yeah, him and his friends and fellow classmates, they go to Shudder Mansion to spend the night there and write a report on their little adventure for school. And unfortunately, this does not happen until about like 80 or 90 pages into the book. So yeah, the book is already 2/3 of the way done, and they're just now getting into Shudder Mansion where the good stuff starts to happen. So once they're inside Shudder Mansion, their parents actually go with them, by the way, and they wait downstairs, I suppose, to just make sure the kids are safe and nothing happens to them, I guess. So once they go into Shudder Mansion, they go upstairs to be by themselves or whatever, and to see if they can discover some paranormal activity or things of that nature, while their parents wait downstairs just talking or whatever they're doing. And when they're upstairs, all their lights go out. They, you know, brought flashlights and candles with them, and some camcorders and different equipment and stuff like that. And everything just shuts off. Everything goes out. There's no explanation for anything. And then the parents just leave the house. I think they end up, like, calling for help or go to see their parents downstairs and ask, you know, what's going on. And they just all run away. They just leave the kids in the house. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird, strange, not exactly very believable. But Goosebumps, or parents in Goosebumps books, are never very realistic or believable, so And obviously, there's really not much of a threat when the parents are present, so I kind of understand why they left, but I don't really get the deal of having them there in the first place. I think it would have made more sense to just exclude them from this whole adventure and class assignment that they're on, in my opinion. So, but yeah, the parents run away and leave the kids in the house, and then that's where things really start to pick up. I won't talk too much more about the plot or get into spoilers, but that's when things start to go crazy, and there's, you know, ghosts and monsters that start revealing themselves, and Riley was right. This video game basically starts to come to life inside this haunted house. Things that happen in the video game are real, and yeah. So, the biggest downfall of this book is the fact that it takes so long to get there. The rest of the book, there's just nothing really substantial going on. It just kind of drags until we get to the haunted house, which is Shudder Mansion. And like I said, that doesn't happen until I believe about the 80-page mark. And by that point, the book is over halfway over with, well over the halfway mark. So we spend very little time in Shudder Mansion. And the time we do spend in Shudder Mansion, I can't talk right now, is very brief. Everything that happens feels kind of rushed. And yeah, I don't know. The twist ending on this one, I'm not going to spoil it, but the twist ending on this one was a good twist, I think. I didn't mind the twist, but I feel like it should have happened earlier in the story. The way this book ended is completely horrible. It's like a punch to the gut. It's like R.L. Stine just got sick of trying to figure out what he was going to do with this one for how it ended, and just, yeah, I don't know. It's not good. I think if they would have entered the haunted house much earlier in the story, and a lot of the stuff in the first half of the book was edited or cut out, and then we got the twist, that very final twist in here earlier on, I think that would have been a lot better. But as it is, this book presents a pretty good idea, in my opinion. I kind of like the idea of them going in this haunted house and experiencing all of this stuff, and then Riley having to kind of help his friends through these problems as they occur, since he's such a professional at the video game. But then everything is just kind of cut short by the twist ending, and nothing really makes sense. Nothing is explained as to why any of this is happening, and then the story just leaves off on a major cliffhanger. And yeah, it's just very abrupt and very unsatisfying. And I feel like this book is just very, very poorly executed overall. So I was kind of disappointed with it, to be honest. I like the idea behind it. Like I said, it's kind of a cool concept. I was enjoying it probably more than any of the other SlappyWorld books I've read so far. But it just was not well executed at all. There's just so much that goes unexplained in here. The idea is not fully explored at all. And yeah, I don't know. This was just an okay Goosebumps book. It wasn't terrible, but it was not all that great either. If I had to rate this one, I would probably give it like a 2.25 out of 5 stars. I was thinking like 2.5 out of 5 stars, but I don't know, like a 2.25, I guess. That's probably what I'll give it. So yeah, that's about all I have to say for this one. Probably better than the other SlappyWorld books that I've read, but still nothing all that impressive. Honestly, from what I've gathered of SlappyWorld so far, this is not my favorite Goosebumps series, and I really don't care to keep up with reading all of the rest. I do have one more SlappyWorld book in my collection that I have not read yet, called It's Alive, It's Alive. And supposedly that's one of the best, if not the best, SlappyWorld books, and was recommended to me by a couple of my friends and fellow Goosebumps booktubers. So I'll probably give that one a read and see how that is. But yeah, apart from that, I'm not very impressed with this book or the SlappyWorld series overall. But anyways, guys, did you read Escape from Shudder Mansion? What are your thoughts on this one? Let me know down in the comments. And that's about all I have for today. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.